Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of Homemade, and today you all, we are making red velvet cupcakes. This recipe, it is just like our red velvet cake. We're just going to use a smaller amount of ingredients for it. So we'll go ahead and get started, and we're going to prepare this the same way. We are going to cream our imperial and our shortening, add in our eggs and our sugar. You all, this recipe, it is awesome. We're going to go ahead and get started, and instead of 1/2 cup of our shortening, we're only going to use 1/4 cup of our vegetable shortening. We're going to use 1 stick of our imperial, and we are going to mix this with our hand mixer because again, it's cupcakes. Very simple. We're going to put in our 1 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Now we'll add in our vanilla, and I just did a tablespoon of vanilla. Mix that in a little bit. Now we'll add in our 2 eggs, and they are room temperature. We're going to add in 1 tablespoon of regular cocoa. Now we'll add in our flour and our milk. So for our flour, we have 1 1/4 cups of self-rising flour, and I have 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. For my milk, I only have 1/2 cup of milk. And now we are going to add in our 1 tablespoon of red food color, and we are going to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of vinegar. Okay. We're going to stir this around really well. Now we'll add in 1/4 cup of our hot coffee. And that is our red velvet cupcake batter, you all. And the way that I like to fill my cupcake liners is I like to go ahead, scrape down my sides, and I like to take my measuring cup and pour my batter into my liners. That way it's less of a mess. And I like to kind of fill them a little bit over half full, not a lot. So we're going to finish filling these and pop these into our oven. Our oven is preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to let these cook from 15 to 20 minutes. And we're going to come back, let them cool, and I'll show you how to make the cream cheese frosting that we are going to use to frost our cupcakes. Have cooled. Now, I did let my cupcakes cool for about 15 or 20 minutes. It actually took them only 16 minutes to cook. So now we're about to start preparing our cream cheese frosting that we are going to use to decorate our cupcakes. And we're going to prepare this frosting the same way that we would our regular cream cheese frosting. We're going to start off by creaming our 8-ounce block of cold cream cheese in a separate bowl. Okay. Now that that's creamed, we're going to go ahead and start creaming our cold stick of Blue Bonnet margarine. Now we'll go ahead and add in our powdered sugar. Now, since we're only doing a small batch of cupcakes, we're not going to use our entire bag of sugar. Probably use about 3/4 of this bag of powdered sugar. Okay, that should do it. Now we're going to go ahead at this moment and add in our vanilla. And we're also going to add in 1 capful of our lemon juice. And you can skip the lemon juice if you don't like that taste in your cream cheese frosting. I just think it gives it more of a tangy taste, and I like it. So we're going to cream this until it becomes clumpy before we add in our cream cheese. Now we're going to put in our cream cheese, and we're going to do this in 2 increments, half at a time. Okay. And we're just going to mix this until it becomes creamy. Now, you don't want to over mix this because, again, we are going to be piping this on to our cupcakes. So we want it to be creamy, but we don't want it to be runny. So now you can see it's getting hard for the mixer to go around, and our frosting is coming together really well. I'm gonna go ahead and increase my speed. I will put in just a dab, and it'll be like a tablespoon of our heavy cream, because we do want this to be creamy enough to where it pipes easily. So I'm just going to put in some of my frosting. I'm going to squeeze that, twist it, and now we'll start to decorate our cupcakes. So I like to always just hold my cupcakes in my left hand, and I'll just start from the middle, and I'll just go around. And that is my decorated cupcake. And you can decorate these however you want. So we're going to finish frosting these cupcakes, and you all, we are going to come back and sample some of this goodness. As you can see, I've frosted our cupcakes, and I've also decorated them with just a few red velvet crumbs. And you all, we are going to go ahead and sample this goodness. These cupcakes are so fluffy and soft. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Just look at how fluffy they are. You all, the icing merges so well with our cupcakes. They are so velvety, for a lack of a better word, that they literally, I mean, they are so soft. Will you try this recipe? Because you will try it. Make sure you leave your pictures, leave your comments. Let me know if you liked the recipe, if you didn't like it, if it turned out right for you, if it didn't, whatever. Make sure you post that in the comment section below. Now, if you want to keep seeing these easy homemade recipes, these are homemade cupcakes, you all, not from a box, literally from scratch. If you want to keep seeing recipes like that, make sure you like, subscribe, and share our channel. As I always say, cooking, it's as easy or as hard as you make it. But I do promise, if you keep it simple, just be yourself, life in itself can be so much easier. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Homemade. And until next time, continue to be great.